All right, I think I'm finally live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Tonight we are going to make a fun, quick, easy, simple card using minimal supplies, but I'm going to also introduce you to a couple of new products. The first product that we're going to be using is the two-tone cardstock. And if you are not familiar with this cardstock, it is two different shades. One side is a darker color, a richer color, and the flip side is more subtle. But there's a white core in this cardstock as well. It's not solid all the way through. So that's one product that we're going to be using that's new. And the next product is the Sunflower Embossing Folder. And you can see it is humongous. You can actually emboss two card fronts at the same time. It's one of those big, beautiful folders. We're going to be using Memento Black ink, a sanding block. I haven't decided if I'm going to be using vanilla or white cardstock along with the black. And I chose the Simply Said greeting set from the annual catalog. I'm going to show you, oh, I forgot one thing. On my last card, I used the pressed flower motifs. I don't know whether I'm going to be using those for sure, but we'll use some type of an embellishment. This is the card we're going to be making. I made this one with the orange two-tone cardstock. This is early espresso and very vanilla. So that is what we're going to be making tonight. And this card is going to have a black card base. So I'm just going to get my card base scored and folded. And the reason I don't know whether I'm going to be using white or vanilla is because we have to wait and see what the core of the cardstock is. I was of the understanding that it was white core, but this looked vanilla to me when I had it against the white. See what I mean? So we'll see what this yellow one is. Now I'm going to bring in the big boy here. And we will put our cardstock in the embossing folder. And for this one, we need the platform, the folder, and the number 4 plate. That's it. And we're just going to crank that through. And I'll get rid of those plates. I'll get rid of this big guy. And check out the magic. Isn't that pretty? I hope you can see all that beautiful texture. Love it. All right. Now, the sanding block. I'm just using, you could use piece of sandpaper, you can use whatever you have, but this paper is fabulous for this technique, and you can sand it as much or as little as you want. Just do what feels right to you. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Get rid of some of the fluff. Beautiful. Just makes it pop. Now, if you wanted, you could put that just directly on there, but I'm going to add a layer. So this needs to be cut down a bit. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/4. Whoops. by 5. And now we have to make the decision for vanilla or white. I think this one I'm going to use the white. So this one is going to be 4 by 5 1/4 for the matte layer, but we also need a layer for inside that black cardstock. So we'll do another one, 4 by 5 1/4. There we go. Okay, now we have those. Let's get a sentiment, and I'm just using thank you. And I'm just going to pop that in the center, and hopefully it's going to be straight. Good enough for me. All right, now I need some black cardstock. And what I'm going to do, this is 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take a 3/4 inch strip. And you'll notice I'm just using what I have. I'm not, that strip was just the piece that I cut off the main piece of card. So this will give this a little bit of a border and a little bit of pop too. Because yes, I could put this across here and it would be fine. But look what happens when you layer that up and put it against there. I love the pop. All right, now let's get this put together. So sentiment onto our matte layer, like so. Matte layer onto our embossed layer, like so. And then we're just going to take our paper snips. I'm doing this one different than I did the last one. The last one I went all the way across the front. This one I'm intentionally doing different, so we can have 2 different ways to look at. Now this one, ways to look at. Oops. Sorry about that. Hey Carol. I just realized I didn't have my comments up. Sorry about that. You want to make sure you put lots of adhesive on this because it's heavily embossed. And we're going to put this on the white, like so. So that shows you what it would look like on a white card base. But once again, we're popping it onto black. So we're going to see another pop. Isn't that pretty? All right. The only thing we got left to do is put a nice piece on the inside. Now, if you so desired, you could take a piece of this and emboss it and use your sanding block and then glue it to your envelope flap and you'd have a matching set. There's another idea. All right, I am not going to use the flower motifs. We're going to find something else. just so that they're different. If I can find something that coordinates. No, those don't match at all. I may have to go into something retired because I don't know that I have anything. My heart tells me I want black, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't have anything there. Just give me a second. Until I get my retired bucket here. I know I have black in here. I know I do. There we are. You just gotta go with the flow. As you can see, I have tons of retired embellishments. I use them until they're gone. I keep them separate so I know what's what, but I do use them all. So, I think we're going to go with smaller ones. Come on, Jelly. You can do it. Did you ever put a dot on your card and it goes all crooked and sideways on you? I've had that happen a time or two. All right. That's the simple version, but I think we need to put a bow on this one. Just because. Just because we can. Now that is vanilla. It's not black and white. So we're going to have to dig a little deeper. I have a sparkly black from many moons ago. Let's make a little bow and see what this looks like. Yes, those are black matte dots. My favorite embellishment of all time. Hello, Darlene. Glad you could drop in. All right. Let's see what this looks like. We might like it, we might not. This ribbon is called Basic Black Shimmer Ribbon. So you know how old that is. Oh yeah, I think we'll pop that on there because we can. Let's find the end of these dots. And I want it up here close, but I don't want it covering my... I was looking for my paper piercer. Yes, the folder is beautiful, Carol. I absolutely love it. This is only the second time I've used it, so I'm sure you're going to see much more of it. Possibly tomorrow night even, because I have another idea in my head. And you know me, once it gets in there, it needs to be executed. There we go. That is our basic black with the two-tone yellow. And here is the early espresso with the two-tone orange. And I'm thinking this is probably Darling Duckling and this is probably the Timid Tiger. I'm not absolutely positive. Let's have a look at the pack and see if it says. Darling Duckling, Granny Apple Green, Petunia Pop, Secret Sea, Summer Splash, and Timid Tiger. So that was a pretty good guess. And the greeting came from the Simply set. So that is what I have for you tonight. Super easy, but really, really pretty.